On this episode, we're picking up where we left off, just south of the Arizona border in Sonora, Mexico.
They're up there waiting to get warmed up.
For the last week, I've been chasing Coues deer or desert whitetails with my pals Mark Kenyon and Ryan Callahan. The country is beautiful, thorny, and as wild as you could ever dream, and the deer are like ghosts. If you want to find venison down here, you better be ready to work for it.
Okay, good luck.
I'm Steven Ranella. To me, hunting isn't only about the pursuit of an animal. It's about who we are and what we're made of. I live to hunt and hunt to live. I am a meat eater.
It's mid-January in the mountains of Sonora, Mexico. I'm down here with my buddies Mark and Cal, working our way through the desert landscape in search of Coues deer.
You know, generally, where there's one, there's more.
It's breeding season, when the normally sneaky and secretive males will come out of hiding and log miles a day in search of females. Or at least that's the hope. You can also go days without even seeing a buck, and seeing a buck hardly guarantees that you'll ever get close to it. All that uncertainty, in addition to the stunning landscape, is what keeps you getting up morning after morning down here.
They're really edgy, huh?
You're so high-strung, man.
Prior to this trip, neither Mark nor Cal had ever laid eyes on one of these small and high-strung deer.
All right, spotted my first Coues deer.
But after 4 days of sitting behind a pair of binoculars, glassing as we call it, while studying both the land and the behavior of the deer, Mark got his chance to make a move. After a careful stalk, he killed a nice buck and packed it out.
Body size.
I took off in pursuit of a different buck, but it did what Coues deer do best, vanished. But there are still a few days left in our hunt, and I'm hoping all three of us can drive back home with some coolers of meat and a set of antlers.
Oh, this is beautiful.
It's a new morning, and we post up on a good perch that gives us a view of tons of country across the canyon from us. As the sun begins to rise, we pick out a few deer.
Looks like a big old stout freaking deer, huh? That's gotta be a buck there, man.
I'll go Gante.
What's that?
Not a big one.
Donde? Oh, I got you. Kind of quartering towards us.
Yeah.
He's disappearing in 2 seconds. He's gone.
The one buck we've seen has skinnied out without us ever getting a clear look at him.
The most sincere apology to my high school Spanish teacher, Senor Maluf. Really get my comeuppance every time I come to Mexico. Or anywhere in the Spanish-speaking world, for that matter.
Man, to think about the time I wasted.
Wasted.
Because I had like pretty strong language requirements for the major I was in. And blew it. It was just like the kind of guy that would memorize the stuff you're supposed to memorize, take the test, promptly forget it.
Yeah.
So I had all this like excellent opportunity to study with people and learn. And then the second I get out of college, me and my bro pack our backpacks and go camp on the beach in Mexico for a week to fish. Then I was like, man, fella should have been paying attention.
Exactly. And unfortunately, when you're fishing on the southernmost parts of Mexico, donde está la biblioteca never really comes into play.
It's embarrassing.
Very embarrassing. Got a little movement on the slope, though. That's nice.
We stick to this knob a little while longer, but nothing emerges that warrants packing up and moving across the canyon to get a closer look.
Find a new angle.
Now, we're headed higher up the mountain, hoping to get a place where we can look down the other side while still keeping an eye on the stuff we watched this morning. We get to our next location and start hopscotching along as we look for deer. Sit and look, move a bit, sit and look. Suddenly, our producer, the Latvian Eagle, spots a buck within shooting range.
Got movement. Far right. That's a shooter. He's gonna come out. Got movement. Far right.
Not 5 minutes after we settle on a new area, Cal is on a deer.
That's a shooter. He's gonna come out.
It's a good hit.
He's down.
Oh. Okay. It's a little bit of a rodeo there.
Dude, nice work, man. That is great. Look at that.
He's got nice brow tines splayed out like that. Beautiful buck.
They're gorgeous. That is a tiny deer. Seriously, thank you, because this has been amazing.
Well, I appreciate you saying it, man. It's one of the coolest deer in one of the coolest places. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really like a mix, right? Like they're doing whitetail stuff, but they seem to operate in their own world.
Whether or not humans had ever colonized North America, it seems like this buck could still be standing right here, right now. Do you know what I'm saying? You want to see something, man?
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Is that a tick?
Yeah.
These guys suffer a lot of parasites, it seems. Ticks are bad, like that right there, just that huge bucket of his blood hanging off them.
Yeah.
Like, you ever see deer like this?
Oh, yeah.
They get stuff, and they get those bugs that live in their ear canal. These guys get those, and then they have the nasal bots. Like, they get these giant bugs that live in there. If you had to live with these ticks all over you and stuff in your ears and something and a big inch-long bug living in the back of your throat, dude, it'd be real hard to focus. Oh, that tick is bad, man.
Well, I'm gonna drag him down there into a little more shade and then start parting him up.
Now, Cal, like if this was a moose or an elk or something, I'd be right in here with you. Knives of glory.
Yes.
But I think you'll manage.
Well within my wheelhouse, yeah.
Me and Mark will slip right back down that little knob.
Yep.
And try to find another deer.
Yeah,
And
no worries.
Obviously, we'll help you load up and carry him down out here.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, you guys go hunt. This is one of the things that I've gotten slower at, not faster at. So I think I'm just way more particular. Now, this guy's been running hard. Little cactus spines on the forelegs of this deer that have worked through the hide. If you ever wondered how they ran through the cactus without getting stuck, now you know that they do. Must just not be complainers like us.
Getting pretty quiet out there, Mark.
Slow down a little bit.
I'm gonna go check on Callahan.
If you see me standing up here waving my arms around, that means run back.
I will come and run. What's up, Sonny? Keep everything all nice and clean.
I'm using like an excessive amount of game bags.
You didn't leave anything for the coyotes.
It's crazy. The amount of fat on that buck I could fit on these 4 fingers.
I think he's been rutting for a while and wore himself out.
I was gonna ask you about the ribs, man. The ribs seem too thin, but...
Nah, just grab it out, grind it up.
Really? Okay.
Man, they get leathery quick in this dry air.
Got a real good start on jerky.
We've actually done that before. It works pretty good just to hang up
In the sun?
down here, put some salt on it, hang it up, and make dried meat.
That's pretty awesome.
Once Cal finishes boning out the rib cage, we head down the mountain and get the meat hung in the shade before moving along to some new country. Deer activity has been slow since the morning, we're running out of days, and I'm getting anxious to find a buck.
Oh, that is a big racket buck.
Yeah, I got him. He's got his neck all stretched out right now.
Like raking the tree, you see
Yeah.
him? Just a giant 6-point.
I think we should get closer. Let's hustle over there.
The buck is a couple thousand yards away, not in an easily approachable area, in such thick vegetation that it's likely to vanish any second, and we're running low on daylight. So it's a tricky stalk, to say the least. But with the number of days on this trip dwindling, I need to go after any opportunity that presents itself.
Okay, good luck.
Once we close some distance, I break off from Cal and move ahead to see if I can re-find the buck. As I climb the hill, I come to accept what I already figured, that the buck is out of sight and I'm out of daylight.
It's just too hard to tell what's going on.
I wait to see if it reappears, but it's already too late. Yet this wasn't a waste of time at all. I know exactly where I'll be in the morning. This morning, with a whole day of daylight ahead of us, we join up with Mark and head back to the hill from last night.
It's a shooter buck. Dark antlered 8-point. Moving away from us though.
We range the buck at 550 yards away. Guys will make shots like that, but I'm not crazy about doing it, especially with such a small target. Mark hangs back to keep an eye on things. That way, if we lose track of the buck, Mark will know which way we should head in order to re-find it. With plenty of time and the buck's attention occupied by a doe, I'm hoping to close the distance a few hundred yards.
We gained any ground on it.
Yeah, 526. We're closer, but not by much.
It's a roundabout route as we stay out of sight by using brush and land features as cover. We arrive at a good spot but still can't see the buck. He's probably wrapped around the hill a bit. We hold tight and wait him out. Since he's chasing does, he'll eventually get around to our side of the slope. It doesn't take long, and there he is.
He's looking uphill and away.
Yeah.
The buck doesn't know we're here. He's distracted by a group of nearby does, but he's also obscured by brush. I'll have to wait it out and hope for a clear shot. The crazy thing about these deer is that they vanish as quickly as you find them.
I lost him in the brush, but he was coming into the shade.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
303.
Yeah, but he's skyline.
I can't take the shot while he's on top of the hill. With no backdrop, the bullet goes off to who knows where.
Hey, I need you to come around my side and shade my eye a little bit. I just lost him.
He's somewhere lost in the brush. I'm hoping he didn't crest the hill.
279.
All right, I'm gonna take the shot then. Yeah, he's down. Okay, I'm gonna hustle up if you wanna keep watching for me.
I'm watching the area, yeah.
Oh, he's down.
These animals are endlessly fascinating to me. I love them, and I love the terrain they live in. To me, they exemplify the high country desert.
Found him.
Yeah, dark antlered timber buck. Again, he's thin as a greyhound, man.
That's a nice deer.
But, you know, it's just thin, man. Thin.
How much fat do they have at a different time of year?
Oh, a lot of fat.
You think it'd help with
Yeah.
temperature regulation?
I got one in October one time that was loaded with fat. They wear themselves out.
You have to wonder how something that lives in such rugged and unforgiving land could be so mild and tender. You always hear guys saying stuff about an off taste from ruddy bucks, but that's a testament to people's squeamish palates that have been destroyed by a lifetime of bland, overly produced and processed meats. So it's with joy and excitement that we butcher the buck. When we're done, we open the back of the throat to check the nasal cavity for botflies.
Right
Oh,
in
right there.
You got one?
Look at the little face.
Oh, it's the larva.
Oh, a couple of them.
Yeah, but he's not the crazy looking freaking bug.
That's still gnarly enough for me, man.
Yeah. Oh, man. There's one.
Oh, brutal.
That botfly will come and lay an egg on the deer's nostril. And then it enters the nostril and gets into the back of its nasal cavity here. And then eventually, you know, then becomes like a larval stage. It looks like a bug, like with legs, like a full-on bug. And then that deer will, achoo, sneeze that sucker back out. And then it becomes a botfly. And that botfly has a really short life.
Majority of their life is...
They spend the majority of their life hanging out in the back of a deer's throat.
Oh.
Nasal bots.
Wow.
Doesn't have any effect on the meat. People always ask, like, oh, what's that? What's to do with the meat? Or can I eat it still? It's got these, it has nothing to do. It's not gonna hurt you. You could eat that thing if you felt like it. I've heard Mexicans tell me that there's like a old belief that's what thinks for the deer.
So people have explored this for a long time.
Mm-hmm. I think they're nearly ubiquitous here. You know, and deer all over North America get them. But they just seem to be so much more prevalent here, man. Oh, man. That puts a whole new, like having a tickle in the back of your throat, dude, puts a whole new spin on that, man. But you know, we were talking, what a satisfying sneeze that must be, man. To have that thing living in it, and I was like, wow, gone.
A little disturbing, but satisfying, yeah.
With the successful hunt checked off for each of us, we pack up and head back to the ranch headquarters where the cook, Carolina, has offered to teach us the fine art of making our own venison tamales from scratch. By far, the coolest part of the trip is yet to come. Our hunt is over, and now comes the fun part, meat prep and cooking. We've begged and pleaded with the ranch cook, Carolina, to teach us how to make tamales from venison, which is her preferred meat for the preparation.
Ahí está. Ahora.
Looking at Carolina's hands will tell you a lot about her life. She works hard, and she works nonstop. From the bagged up carcasses, she selects the shank, neck, and shoulder to prepare her specialty, chili Colorado tamales. The meat is simmered for hours until the connective tissues and sinews break down, leaving the meat slide off the bone tender.
Nice long chunks of meat on there.
Got that nice silky quality, man.
No, porque le dije anoche que no me gusta.
Once we finish picking the meat, Carolina flavors lard with onions and garlic, which she strains out and discards before making a roux with flour and a staggering amount of chili powder. She adds the meat and some of the leftover stock, then lets it simmer over the fire while we prepare the dough. Tamale dough, or masa, is made by grinding corn kernels that have been cooked with slaked lime, or calcium hydroxide, a process that causes the tough skin of the kernel to shed away. The grinding is something that Carolina is happy to volunteer us for.
It's a surprising amount of work.
Once all the corn is ground, a healthy amount of lard and even more chili powder are added to the mix. then enough water to make it the consistency of wet mortar.
Otra poquita más.
The masa is then spread onto corn husks. The meat is added, and the whole thing is rolled up into a tidy little packet. With all hands on deck, we crank out dozens in short order. Plenty to eat now, and plenty to bring back across the border. Finally, the last step is to steam the tamales in a large covered pot until the masa is cooked all the way through. That ashy mud that's rubbed all over the pot, that makes the soot from the fire easy to clean off so dishes aren't so brutal.
Pues así se comen caliente.
Yeah, caliente? She said eat while they're hot. That looks delicious, man.
Never had a tamale before.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how I haven't. I love Mexican food, but I like it. Venado.
That's tasty.
Those are tamales.
That chili definitely comes out in the masa.
Bueno?
Well, Carolina, muchas gracias.
De nada.
That's pretty fun, man.
This entire trip, I'm just like a spoiled kid, man. Over the top.
No, it's a cool spot. It's like super close to home, but a million miles away, man.
We eat some tamales now and make a bunch to take back across the border. By the time we get home to our dark and frigid northern tier states, they'll have taken on an exotic air, from something common and practical and everyday down here to something unusual and worth telling stories about up there. That's one of the strange things about a trip like this, where you get to be close to the land in a distant place. However briefly, you can feel that a new part of the world is familiar and close and knowable as you feel it in your hands and under your feet. But then, later, you look back and it all seems mysterious and foreign all over again. It's that push and pull of wanting to belong and also to be blown away that keeps me traveling to wild places, always looking to what's next.